Hello, everybody. Hey, Ray, Raitaro, Throwaway, hello. Cool. Let's get these likes up. We had the, this video seemed to start with like 3 dislikes before I even pressed go. So the bots are clearly here disliking this video today. But they'll disappear as soon as the video stops. They always do. Welcome, everyone. Okay, let's have a look at Bitcoin and some other stuff on here. So, yeah, I just wanted to do a quick update. It's like more or less the same kind of thing that we've been looking at recently. It's always a bit weird coming back to the charts on a on a Monday, especially after like a busy weekend. Always the case. But yeah, we can see at the moment just how many times have we said it? I think Bitcoin's going to put in this range between 46 and 42k. I think if we're looking at just starting to build some divergences and things up here, some bearish divergences, I think we may see a little pullback, but this could go up as high as, yeah, it could go up as high as 50k or something. Yeah, just got to wait and see really. I personally am hedged into a short position now, so I have closed my swing long from down here, and I have hedged partially into a short position around 46k. That was always the plan. So when I was buying down here, this 46k was the target for that. And now what I'm looking for is like a consolidation around this area before, more likely, in my opinion, then moving up again. Now this could continue up, and in which case I'll still just continue to hold spot positions. I'm just slightly hedged now, and I will still day trade this. But yeah, it's like a small amount of my portfolio hedged into a short. Just if we get this pullback, it just helps to generate a bit more Bitcoin. So yeah, happy days. The other thing as well, this hedge doesn't mean that I'm not going to be looking to take longs. Like I did take a quick scalp long earlier when we took the lows down here and we came into this daily. So that was always looking likely for me, is that we had this. So you have that line coming up here. It was always likely once we take out some stops from here that would get a bounce. I wasn't expecting it to go as high as it did, and to take the high off of that one. But yeah, that was a pretty simple scalp trade to take. And now we're looking back into resistance again. So we're coming up here. We're back into this area of resistance. We've got these highs, and we've got these 1 hour closes. Is it a 4 hour as well? What's going on here? So I mean, for me now, it's more just a case of just chilling out in the trades that I have. I've got a couple of alt longs still running, and I've got, yeah, long Litecoin. Whoa! There we go. So just as we took the lows earlier, I think I updated everyone soon after that. So it took out these lows, and I just marketed straight into Litecoin here. Just bought some more as soon as I saw it take out that low. Marketed into Litecoin, and it seems as though this is going to break out now. So I think this is again what we can expect. So as soon as we came out of this, this was the deviation of the wedge. So we have this big wedge coming down. That was our little deviation at the lows. We've just taken those lows, and that should act as the spring now to break this out. So yeah, I didn't know it had gone quite that high. So yeah, Litecoin looking really good. That again was off of this. So this is where I initially started getting into Litecoin, because we were looking for a pullback and we were looking for this Litecoin BTC pair to get this move down. So the daily level was identified, and then I just added into that at market earlier. So yeah, Litecoin really, really good. Oh wow. Okay, I'm very happy with that trade. I think realistically on Litecoin, we're looking up towards about $180 on this. We've got this old weekly level up here, but I don't think that's significant. I think $180 is realistic for this one. Oh, Rayo, yeah, let me go on to this quickly. So, the 80% setup. Yes, we did. We did have it, and it did it within like the space of half an hour. So I didn't trade this, but we did have the daily open. We had that move below. We kind of had a consolidation above the below the daily open for a while, and it was just squeezing there. And then as soon as it popped through that, it was gone at that stage. So yeah, the 80% setup did play out. If you'd have traded it using traditional rules for the 80% setup, you wouldn't have got it. So yeah, um, I know people are saying that the 80% setup played out today, but you couldn't trade it unless you got in early, and to get in early would have been taking out the initial balance and getting back above VWAP. For me, the look of this trade here. So if we go back onto Bitcoin, still looking very strong, actually, and the long off of this one, here being your initial balance, here being when you take the low, and then what happens is you reclaim your daily open, and you can see here the just kind of that almost like that pressure building off of this, and then you just add your VWAP onto it. So around here, once you've dipped below, come back above, and you can start taking the VWAP as you're scaling into a long position in order to get into that 80% setup there. The Yeah, the CME gap as well that you had here. So it did come in to fill the CME gap. Really, that was nice. Yeah, yeah. Well spotted. Thank you for that, TJ. So you can see we did have the CME gap here. There was our gap as we opened on the day. Bounced straight off of it. Really nice. Oh, it's back into proper like bull market mode. This is just what, yeah, what happens during a proper bull market. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see this continue higher. I'm riding spot. I'm very slightly hedged, and I'm looking to day trade this. So in case my hedge loses a bit of Bitcoin, I don't care. I will make that back just from day trading this and scalping this. But yeah, it's good to have a little hedge running at the moment, I think. Took that long, woke up very happy today. Yeah, I never trade the weekends, and this would have been, yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning for me. Yeah, it looks really good. ETH still hanging around below this daily, so Ethereum still looks nice as well. So we came into that resistance, had the pullback, and we're back into this area of support. Ethereum looks good. Litecoin, I do think we're going to see this breakout. So Litecoin is the one. We've had this identified for a couple of weeks now. The fact that it took these lows was just oh man, like to take out the low after a deviation of the range and then it takes it out is just perfect. And within the space of a few hours, we've gone up. That's the wrong tool. Gone up 7% already. against Bitcoin. So yeah, very, very happy about that. I do think Litecoin gets continuation, and I think that lasts for a few weeks. I think Litecoin has a pretty good run over the next few weeks. Zugus, currently under yearly VWAP. Right. The problem with the VWAP, the yearly VWAP, is it's sometimes not the most accurate. So for this, you've got to allow chop above and below off of a yearly VWAP. It was a nice. I mean, I've got it as us being above the yearly VWAP, but that will entirely depend on your exchange. If I go onto Coinbase here, I'm sure it's going to be very different. There we go on Coinbase. Your yearly VWAP was actually acting as support. Again, Bitfinex, same thing. Um, yeah, yearly VWAP's going to be massively different, depending on what exchange you're using, where you're pulling it from, and things. So it's to be used as a very big area of potential support and resistance, and more just like a midpoint. So if you've got your yearly VWAP or something as big as a yearly VWAP, like kind of coming in like this, you could very easily expect price to do something like this around it and then start to come into it, then start to move away, come back into it, move away, come back into it, and just chop around a lot. It's not something that you can actually take as, oh, there's a level, scalp it. It's, yeah, because it's so varied on different exchanges. Your session VWAP, fair enough. There's a lot less history on there, but yeah. We also have this on log scale as well. So um, we do have this speed fan coming down here on the log scale. This is the resistance, kind of fairly significant resistance. So if we can start, if it does start to lose this, I again would expect a bit of a range to be put in. But hey, we'll just have to see what happens. Ltc Btc Target. Okay. My Litecoin BTC target is 0.005 basically. I'd like to see it coming back up to here, which is a long way up, but I mean out of a, that's the target for me. There'll definitely be take profits along the way. What I'm looking for ideally on this would be coming up to here, getting support off of this daily. Why is that? No, let's move that over. This is a really old one. Let's do a little bit. Let's have a look. Nothing on that. No, the levels are pretty good actually, really. We can go weekly. Cool. But basically for me, like this was the trade with like the easiest invalidation. Just, well, I mean, it didn't even need to give me an invalidation. It just pumped immediately. So I mean, there's zero risk on this trade. At like nothing. Stop loss at break even is just the way it goes. Like you take the lows, and now honestly, like looking up here, but take profits for me definitely here, and again around, yeah, you can identify your take profit levels. I mean, it's not that difficult on this. This being the 382, you've got your 0.5 there. So you can use some fibs, you can use your high time frame levels, and if you want to add a bit of a fixed range onto this, see where the volume comes in, add a bit more confluence. That gives us our point of control up at this weekly. That gives us high volume node here on this 382. So you can scrap the 0.5. I don't think that's going to be that significant. And that gives you 1, 2, 3 take profits and a target which will be taking out the high. So you go long down here, easy peasy. If you want to be more conservative on this, wait for, and this is the thing, that's another way of trading it. That's the swing failure pattern of the lows. This isn't a breakout of the wedge just yet. How I would trade this as a breakout of the wedge would be one open and close. So if you see a daily open and close outside of this area, I would look to get into a trade that would look a bit more like this. So if you're not already in a long on Litecoin, I mean, this is only just beginning, in my opinion. So you could look for it to take out these highs, find support within this area, and then you're looking to take it up to the top of the wedge. You'd look for a daily open close to confirm that, and then that gives you really 3 very, very obvious take profit levels, and then you close out at the top here. I just drank way too much water and ended up missing my mouth. So actually, this is really nice. I'm going to I just want to take a little screenshot of this. Yeah. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, so you got some confluence here. So this would be Litecoin. You'd be looking for something around here if it gets a breakout. It'd be nice to get a pullback. I do think that we will see a pullback across the board soon, but that pullback will be a buying opportunity. And then you see something like this over time. So you want to see something like that. Along those lines. I'm not going to put the position on here, but I guess that's the one. I've just posted this into the altcoins as well. I haven't put a caption on it. I mean, if anyone's looking at it, then there you go. But you know what it is. It's a high volume node. It's the monthly. It's the 382. It's the golden pocket. It's your other monthly. And it's your weekly level up here with the 886 and your point of control. So yeah, really very quite simple on that one. Okay, anyone else? What's your strategy trading with VWAP? I uploaded a video on one of them. There's many strategies for trading with VWAP. Look at the video I uploaded on Friday and you'll see one of them. That's like a free, a little freebie. But yeah, I've got many other other strategies that I use for VWAP trading as well. Blinky Bill, we're taking all-time high. Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Just a couple of weeks ago, we're all the way down here. And now we're all the way up here. How things change, hey? And what were we saying? Actually, this is a good thing. If anyone wants... Does anyone want a little task? If anyone wants a little task, I'd really like to find all of the times that I've said we're going to go to 46k after a short squeeze whilst price... Okay, so this was the plan, that we were going to go around 31k and then we were going to short squeeze up to 46. So if anyone could compile a little video for me of all the times I've said we're going to go to 46k when we've been down here, that would be great, because it happened and it happened perfectly. This is where we bought and this is where we're selling, but still allowing it more room if it does want to go up. Alex Kalut, do you expect LTC USD to pull back if BTC will go down? What are you trading, LTC BTC or LTC USD? Thanks, Luke. Really love your content. Thank you very much, first of all. So basically for me, I've done two things on this. So I have, first of all, and I am trading this in two ways. So first of all, I have just bought a significant amount of Litecoin with Bitcoin. Okay, so I bought some Litecoin at these lows. As soon as I saw that these lows had been taken out, I went in market bought, just buy some Litecoin. And then second of all, I have taken a leveraged position on the USDT chart on that as well. So if we really like my leveraged position is around here. I mean, I started scaling into it a little bit earlier, so I was looking for the pullback and I started scaling into it within this zone. My Litecoin trades are very, very different to how I trade Bitcoin, and anyone who's on the crew, we're going to go over that this evening, just of how I do trade alts. But basically this was just a zone that I was happy to buy in, like anywhere within here. And I do have targets higher up for this, so I'm looking at basically $180 for this as like a leveraged position on the USDT pair. But yeah, if Bitcoin pulls back, of course the Litecoin USD value is going to be affected. But what we're looking at here is a long-term play of like weeks. I do expect this to go on for quite a few weeks. So that's the play. And you'll get pullbacks on the Bitcoin pair, but I do expect Litecoin, at least over the next few weeks, to outpace Bitcoin's performance. And I do think we're going into another little mini alt season. I don't think it's going to be anywhere near like as big and as like crazy as the alt season we had back here, because it's still wasn't that long ago. But I do think we get like a little phase 2 alt season where everything that went parabolic. So if we just go over here, all these alts that did this and are now down here doing this, or have been doing this, I think we probably come up and we get like a mini alt season that brings us into your standard fibs, and then we're looking back down, and then we're looking at bigger kind of consolidation put in before like a bigger alt season at the end of whatever cycle it will be. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking for like massive alt season thing going on. I'm just looking for very, very tradable bounces across a lot of the Bitcoin pairs. Link's another one that looks really, really good. So Link, what do we always like to trade? You have this setup here on Link, which is perfect. So once again, we're coming down here. We're going to be looking at this particular one on with the crew again today. So Link is another one that I've bought today. So I've quite heavily bought some spot Link. We've had the change of market structure. We're looking at much higher prices on this. Dot as well. Not quite as deep of a retrace, but I was looking at this as the level and where have we bounced today. So again, we have this thing going on and we're looking at higher prices. And it's like that across the board, really. There's loads of them that are looking like this. So alts are looking really, really good, and they've had a pullback. They have had a little bit of a pullback. And the Bitcoin pump helped that. So I'm definitely looking. For now, I'm hedged on Bitcoin. I think the Bitcoin move is coming to an end, or at least it's losing momentum. We might come up here, and we might stick around up there. But I mean, I'm hedged, and I've got a lot of exposure on altcoins right now. So that's the basic thing for me. I'd have to find my my video. Actually, let me have a look. Where was it that I had? I hope I'm not like. Here we go. Last week. This is the video when I. Oh no. Yeah, this is the video last week where I was explaining how I think we're going to get a range between 42 and 46k plus an alt season. So if anyone wants any more, yeah, if anyone wants to have a look back at that video, it's a pretty cringy video. But if anyone wants to have a look at it, then that explains like my thinking of why I thought this would happen. Okay. We can lose this. We know that's the liquidity. TPO. So the other thing to be aware of, remember we did complete the 80% setup. It did leave behind this area of single prints. What we also have, and this would back up the idea that we could potentially see this put in a range, is we do have these single prints down here at 42k. Okay, so we could go lower, we could go down to as low as like 41,200 to fill all of these single prints. If we do see a pullback, I think that would just be a healthy correction at this stage and is something you'd look to buy. So that brings us down to 41,200 area. And that's around here. And in the grand scheme of things, if you can get a buy opportunity like this, if we do pull back here, and even if we pull back to like 40,000 or 40,500, which was significant, even if we do pull back there and we start to chop around within this range, looks very, very, very healthy. And I think that's big alt season territory. Okay. So yeah, everything looks very healthy. I do think we see a pullback, but alts is especially looking very, very tradable right now. Georgia Adelaide, he's friend script on TradingView here. It's free. Yes, I have posted friend scripts before into the templates and scripts section on the Discord. So we have this one that I need to just post in again. So I'm going to post this one again. This is the one that Georgette. If anyone does, I think no. Let's not say who that is. But basically, friends created a really nice script that shows you all of the naked points of control from our daily, weekly, monthly naked points of control, which is something we trade quite often within the community. So this is a really nice little script. I've got it on my favorites. But for some reason, last time I tried this, it didn't load properly, but it is loading properly now. Cool. So yeah, here you can see whatever time frame you're on, you can see the naked POCs that come up. And again here, lots on the daily. And this will be using the 4 hour on the daily, I think. So it's just a useful thing to add if you want to add on additional levels that are good for scalps. That's a really, really nice one to do. So I'm just going to post this into the templates and script section again, because there was an old version of this. This is the new one. Let me just type this. Ooh, there you go, everyone. Oliver Fenton, man, I bought Link way too early. End of May, I spot bought one k of Link at around 45, and it's down $400 at the moment. Still holding. None of my plays will be sold this year. Retirement fund. Yeah, I mean, Link Link looks like incredibly good right now for a buy, and I do think your investment will pay off quite well soon. Um, Link, we're looking like massively more long term. Be interesting to see the volume that's coming in here on Link. Do you think BTC moving above the 200 MA is significant? No. um, okay. My thoughts on moving averages. So let's put a moving average on here. My thoughts on moving averages is they will tell you what price has done. Okay, that's basically all they do. I don't think it's I mean it's significant in a way that they've come back above, that it's come back above, but I don't think just if we close above the 200 moving average, yeah, I really don't think that's significant. So let's just go on to a clean chart. Okay, so here's the 200 moving average. You're going to be looking at 200 moving average potentially starting to curl back up around here, or just be around this area or whatever. I think we could see something like this, and we could see something like this. It's again the same. It's like not massively significant for me. This is just it's just a moving average. It doesn't really tell me much at all. I'd much rather look at like a VWAP which has something technical with it rather than just something that lags along with price. It's okay. it would be significant if we hold above it and continue to hold above it and continue to hold above it, and it starts to curve up like this. But no, I don't think it's that much of a big deal. It was always going to happen. We're always going to come back above the 200 move MA at some point. So it's no big deal for me. Alex, Kelly, just joined the crew. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. We will. I'm sure P will have noticed that, and we'll be sending you all of the relevant information. Um, if you need any more information, do feel free to message myself or P, and you can book a call. Everyone who joins the crew gets an onboarding call, so it's a really nice opportunity for us to get to know each other, and yeah, just talk about your trading background and things like that. But yeah, thank you so much for joining. Just seen this. Yeah. Also, we're still looking at this on Ethereum, remember? So I do want to have a look at Ethereum. Um, me saying I don't like the 200 moving average so much. Here's Ethereum making me look. Well, actually, no. Here's Ethereum bouncing off of the 200 MA on the 1 hour after it got rejected on the 200 MA on the 1 hour. So I mean, moving averages are okay, but I don't take them that seriously. Uh, yeah. But hey, that was a really nice rejection that we got off of Ethereum. We then came up again into this golden pocket area down to our lows. So we're looking at this as being the support area. Reclaim the daily. I think Ethereum's still looking good as well. Auth Crypto, what about yearly VWAP? Yeah, I've explained this one. I've explained this one. Yearly VWAP's going to be massively different depending on what exchange you're using. It's not a tradable level in itself. You use it as confluence, and price will naturally gravitate towards it, with that being the average price. Uh, well, thank your gods for bringing you that here. Well, I don't. She trends. I don't know what you're talking about, but thank you. Oliver Fenton, do you trade touches of the 50 MA on the weekly charts? I've noticed one or two major touches in most bull markets, and we get close 3 weeks ago on the 50 MA, and it seems to have played a part in the something. No, very simply, moving averages used to work in the 2017 bull market. They have proven themselves not to be that effective during this market. So they're okay levels. They're like, I do have a chart here which has major moving averages on it, okay? So I do have a chart that has them, and I do look at them. So what I do look at is the 10, the 21, the 50, the 100, the 200. And again, we're looking at the wrong chart. So I do look at these moving averages. I do look at the EMAs, and I do sometimes look at the SMAs, but not that often. And yeah, I mean, is this EMAs or SMAs that have loaded? EMAs, cool. They're just not that useful. They're so lagging behind price. They're just not that useful. There's certainly ways to trade them, but why would you? Because they don't give you levels. They don't really give you anything to trade. If I can always tell you another reason why prices is where it is that's much more powerful than a moving average. They're just not that good. And it's as simple as that. Like they could work for swing trades, but then if you'd bought the 200 moving average, which usually in a bull market would be good, you're held underwater for 3 months before you get back above it. And most people who did buy that would have been shaken out. So yeah, it's they're not great. I need to try and get back onto my actual template now. That one will do. Yeah, they're just not that great. Any good alts apart from Link, LTC, and Dot? Uh, Russian, K Russian. Yes, there are lots of good alts. What I'm going to do, there's no rush for the alts right now either. Like, if we're gonna have a little alt season, there's no rush to get into them. I'll chart some. I'm gonna chart some tonight, during the crew stream, and I'm going to. I've done a bit of rebalancing. So over the weekend, I did some rebalancing because I will be trading alts over the next month because I do think they'll give us some really nice opportunities. But yeah, there's really no rush with alts right now. There's going to be so many opportunities over the next few weeks on these. But yeah, watch this space. Um, there are certainly some that look really good. Algo being one of them. Arve being one of them. I think Arve gets a big bull run. I think Arve will take out its all-time high soon. So we're probably looking at about $1,000. Wow, yeah, actually, yeah. I think log, we could see like really high prices on Aave. Um, Bow was another one. Yeah, there's tons. There's tons of good alts right now. CRV was another one that looked good, coming into support. SXP was another look good. Ocean looks really good. So Ocean I just bought some of today. Again, same reason as everything else. I bought some Ocean. I bought some more Aave. I bought some Link. I bought some Dot. I bought some Litecoin. RSR, always a favorite. RSR looks really good, changing trend. Uh, Here's SXP again, getting a nice move up today. Uh, yeah, loads. VeChain looks good. VeChain, I think, gets a nice move up soon. It keeps getting pushed down. It's in this accumulation phase, but as soon as it gets back above this weekly level, I think that has a really nice move. Again, VeChain had the wedge, and this was on log. So VeChain had the wedge, got the breakout on the daily, and that was a trade. And we're looking up towards this daily up here on this. So we're looking up towards, yeah, another 250%. Um, XRP actually also looking quite good. So there's loads of alts. There's loads of opportunity with alts, and I'm going to start trading alts again much more actively. But these are, like I say, no rush with them. Just identify the levels. ICP, ICP. I've never traded ICP, but yes, that's gonna. It's an ICO reversal. It's gonna come up to here. It's just gonna do this, and it's gonna come up to $300 again. It's really quite simple. I mean, in time. Uh, Short term, you're looking at like $100 on this ICP thing. I don't know what it is, but yeah. Cool. Um, okay, I'm gonna shoot off. I just wanted to do a quick update today just to get back into the swing of things, like new week. Just an update on the charts. I will. Here's the plan. So tonight at 8 p.m. UK time, we are doing our crew call. So for anyone who has just joined the crew recently, or who is in the crew, we'll be doing our call then. I'm just going to go over the strategy that I use to trade the altcoins. And then possibly after that, if I have the energy for it, I will do a public stream. And what I want to do on that is just start to do some, I'll probably just, let's identify like 10 coins to follow over the next few weeks that look at like good setups. I'll try and find like 10. Yeah, maybe that's a challenge. I'll try and find like the 10 best setups. Um, and we'll follow those. I'll do some standalone videos on those. And again, I'll take any requests for charts. Um, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to be doing so many requests for charts anymore. That's like, we're getting like 100 people regularly, more than that in these streams now, so I can't just take loads of chart requests. If you do want chart requests, we can add like the super chat function or something, and people can ask for chart requests. But I'll have a look through the alts. We'll start to find like some good setups on those. And then, yeah, we'll do that. So, yeah, I'm going to call it there because I've got quite a few other things to do today. But hey, it's been great to get back into the charts again. It's going to be a really good week. Lots of opportunity. Loads of stuff to be trading. I do expect a bit of a pullback at some point this week. But those pullbacks, in my opinion, are for buying. And yeah, you can trade all of this stuff both ways. I think it's going to take a while for real strong trends to emerge across the altcoins, but man, some of them are looking really, really good. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch everybody later.